Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, and we're jumping straight into the action on the hot pursuit of our sire Reynard, who just stole the vial of the Vitae and the SAD agent behind him, and we're heading into Central Park. When their sounds finally reach me, it's obvious the outcome has been sealed, and Reynard's on the losing side. The only breaks in the sickening rhythm of soft, fleshy impacts are Reynard's agonized groans. Ah! I edge closer, stepping from shadow to shadow, careful not to land myself in a similar shitty situation. When I finally see him, holy fuck. Reynard looks like hell. Legs broken, nose caved in, that smug grin he always had wiped away clean. Just a few dark stains show where the damage got too severe, his vitae now still painting the dimly lit pavement. And then there's Tarmas, flaunting the wrapped prize that Reynard was so desperate to get, now firmly in his grasp, mockingly dangling it just out of my sire's reach. He carefully unwraps the cause of all his ruins, holding it up to catch the moonlight glow, the relic of my lineage, essence without form. Saparasuthra's blood. All this chaos over this little thing? Seriously, Cassell, your precious bloodline doesn't seem to justify such defiance. Honestly, it's hard to argue with that. The blood looks mundane, albeit darker and thicker than what one would expect. But there's more to it, an elusive, intangible allure, something hypnotic. As if it's whispering, just to me. Give it to me! Ah! Another sickening sound, another bone gone wrong. This time his arm twisted like a corkscrew. The wound could heal quickly, but God, he's a wreck. I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. Tharmas quickly stuffs the bundle back into his jacket and signals his Asombar goon to keep an eye on Reynard. Then he grabs the machete, the same one Reynard had magically whipped out against him not so long ago. The thought of diving in to save my sire barely tickles my brain. It disappears before I can even consider squashing it like it was never there. Time to wrap things up, huh? Cassell. Go fuck your... Even in the faint moonlight, I saw his teeth scatter through the air and disappear into the fluffy snow. You know, Vitras wanted me to officially thank you for all your efforts before putting an end to your sorry ass. But, yeah, fuck that. We're short on time. Reynard manages to laugh, although it sounds strangely wheezy. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel like the laughter of resignation. What's so goddamn funny? Suddenly, a massive Doberman launches straight at Tarmas, knocking him down towards me. The dog's attack is ferocious. It bites, snapping Tarmas' neck with a viciousness that's nearly surgical, his body collapsing away from his head. I'm pretty sure Tarmas saw me before he went down, just didn't have the chance to rat me out of his body. Reynard's machete falls close by. I pick it up, no thought behind the gesture. It's nice to feel something tangible in my hand. It reminds me of what I am seeing is real. The ever-present New Year's Eve lights flicker off the blade. The music from the Times Square amps up, drowning out all the sounds in the world. Reynard's poor loyal mutt doesn't make it. The Sombar would finish him off with a swift, lethal strike, and the dog's departure is marked by a soft, regretful whimper. Shame. I had more affection for the dog than its master. The goon makes a move for Thorma's corpse, going for the vial. I don't even blink, don't pause to think. Just let loose with the machete, pouring every ounce of strength into one strike. His head hits the ground with a thud, body crumbling after it. I can't feel my legs. Reynard catches my eyes, but keeps his mouth shut. Whatever, he's physically unable or just doesn't want to speak, I don't know. It's not like I give a damn. I grab the bundle and peel it open, holding the vial up to the moonlight. It looks underwhelming. How could such a simple thing spark all this madness? But the feeling gives off power, potential, risk, lineage, the threat of eternal demise. This could brighten the future or spell the doom of my entire clan. Golly, oh, fuck! His voice barely cuts through the buzzing in my ears. The numbness has spread upwards from my leg. I can barely move my fingers. Even my eyelids feel numb. Golly, hand it over, please. I've never felt less like myself. Just a sip. Goddamn. I'll be up and running in no time. I've never felt more like myself either. No. Golly, things could go back to how they were, together. We could do so much more. Reach heights. Shut the fuck up, Reynard. Just shut up for once. And he does. For this once, he actually listens. I finally see you for who you are, and I'm just tired of your bullshit. I'm done letting you spew any more of it. Ah, you ungrateful cunt. I should. You owe me. I mean, I don't have to justify myself from him, to be honest. You've taken it too far. Past the critical mass now. A distant radio crackle and the sound of footsteps signal the SID has picked up on my scent. Now you deal with the fallout. I slip the vial into my belt bag and start to walk. The feeling in my body returned. Now it's like it's made of lead, but I move. Don't you walk away from me, kid. I made you. I keep walking. I don't dare look back. I can't bear to. Kali! I break into a full sprint. I just can't. I need to get out of here. I get spewed up by the crowd again. Oh god. My instincts screaming in overdrive, a wildfire of pure, raw, unadulterated panic threatening to explode inside my head. 6. Then it hits me. The familiarity of this crowd, its rhythm, pulsing, moving as one, buzzing from every conceivable high, pulsating with anticipation, desire, ecstasy. This kind of crowd is where I belong. 5. I literally came into this world in one. My mom giving birth to me in the middle of a desert rave, right in a goddamn public pool. All my firsts happened in the heart of such a crowd. First deception, first puff of weed, first psychedelic journey, first true intimacy, first shady deal. It was in a crowd like this that I was embraced. 4. Fucking hell, Reynard, why in the... He had a knack for making everything seem within reach, for making me believe that this unlife of ours had worth. That I had worth. Was I nothing more than a tool in your hands? Did any truth ever escape your lips, or was it all lies? 3. I let the sea of bodies carry me, transform me, merging into the totality of sensations, a singular, overwhelming experience. And just like that, I'm back to myself. I've shaken off any SAD trails way back. If they were ever really onto me, they are long since been distracted by the decoy I dropped in the Central Park. I feel like shit. But for the past week, pretty much everyone's been treating me like one, and some have been at it way longer, just dressed up as care. Patrick. 2. It's only now that I catch sight of the Times Square ball hanging right above me. The countdown's on, almost midnight. Welcoming 2025. The year brimming with potential. The year for change. But what about you, my dear phony caitiff? Will you change too? Or will you remain obsessed with the belief that the answers lie somewhere beyond? That all you need is patience and diligence, and finally you'll be led to them like a lost sheep? I truly hope you find your way back to reality. Maybe one. Maybe then I'll track you down. You'll be all stiff and awkward, and I'll hassle you more than you can handle without cracking up. And together we'll make it we'll work it all out. Let's go! Happy New Year, my ass. I finally break free from the crowd. A quick scan of my surroundings shows no immediate threats, no SAD, no hunters, no damn ivory tower in sight. Good. I'm done with the city. So, interesting. Very interesting. I don't think we got any... we have a suspicious stranger that we can take a quick peek at. One of Ritra's crew members sent to her to do her dirty work. I mean, he was killed off, so no worry about him anymore. That should be fine, but Ritra is probably still... maybe has a plan B. Let's see if we can manage to get out of it. So the Week of Nightmares. The name given by vampires to a week in which Sapathasura, antediluvian of the Ravnos clan, awakened, generally seen as the beginning of the final nights, the time of science and potential leading to Gehenna. And Sapathasura, the Ravnos antediluvian who had awakened during the opening Gehenna War, event called the Week of Nightmares. During this awakening, he was able to drain vitae from his clan from afar, driving many of them into a frenzy of cannibalism and destruction, effectively decimating his own clan. He met his end at Bangladesh to various parties under the noonday. The death of him by sunlight has forever altered the clan with fire in their veins. Alright. So, yeah. We're going to an isolated parking lot. A week full of nightmares. In the everlasting game of survival, I got the vial and Reynard got his due. It's time to give New York City a middle finger and never look its way again. My memory of getting here is all foggy. I must have strayed off the path more than a few times because it's late as hell, with the sun about to peek over the urban skyline. How much time do I have left? 20 minutes, maybe 30 if I'm lucky. Finally, I round the corner of the parking lot where I left my RV, a surge of relief running through my bones when I spot her tucked away in the shadows, still in one piece. But the shadows here, they don't feel empty. Golly. We're not alone. Fucking hell, Patrick. Don't sneak up on me like that. If you're just here to... He's trying to act cool. Slouch against my RV, but every line of his lanky body screams blood, wounds, and agony, even if his face isn't showing it all. On the contrary, it remains a perfectly blank in that familiar way I've grown to take comfort in, but something's off about this whole visage. The way he looks at me, the way he's standing here, as if he's not pouncing at me only because the pain's holding him back. My gut always goes nuts when I'm about to face a real danger, and right now I listen. So I come to a halt. What's wrong? Are you hurt? I'm fine. It seems like the SAD started hiring amateurs. Or are they just slipping up, as I'm sure you are well aware. I am well aware. But how the hell does he know about that? I just nod curtly and keep my mouth shut. I'm sorry about Reynard. I get that he was a flawed man who caused you more than enough suffering, but grief is rarely just black and white, isn't it? And while I never knew my own sire, I can sympathize. I'm truly sorry for your loss. Hey, you've been spying on me? He shrugs with one shoulder, A pathetic attempt at looking nonchalant. Knowing things is what I do. Knowledge is power, right? And on the topic of knowledge, he takes a step towards me. I instinctively take one back, tensing up, ready to flee or fight. He stops, gazing at me with his big empty eyes. Why don't you hand over the vial? So this is it, huh? I really am just a lone rogue. Kali versus the goddamn world. I laugh, but there's no joy left in me, not even a trace of sarcasm. All this time, you're a lying sack of shit. I'm not your enemy, Kali. I just need the vial. Hand it over, please. In the end, survival's the game we play. Ooh. I mean, probably he's getting forced by somebody to do this, I would guess. He looks hurt. Maybe we could take him in a fight. Maybe he would not want to hurt us. Refuse. Antagonizing, I don't see. Maybe we would lie or maybe we would refuse. But I mean, lying makes no sense probably because he probably knows exactly that we have it. So we'll just be honest with him as we've done before. No, absolutely not. He sighs again, raising his head to pinch the bridge of his nose. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'm asking nicely. For now. I feel my hackles rise, bristling like thorns. And I'm refusing nicely. Fuck off. I'm not giving you anything. I hiss at him, back hunched and fangs bare, but curiosity killed the raven. Why? Why the hell are you doing this? To brown-nose the sheriff? To put me in my place? Tell me. I told you. It's knowledge I'm after. Be more specific. I'm just a blind tool, remember? Kali. He struggles a bit, his voice hanging in the air. I told you about my Malkavian heritage. It has plagued me for as long as I can remember. That vial contains my heritage, not yours. That vial, more than anything, holds immense power. A force vast enough to either usher in our doom or unlock the gateway to uncharted possibilities. It all hinges on who claims it first. He hesitates, but seems too exhausted to keep up with this facade of secrets. Vitra is certain the blood will expand her mind. She assured me it would grant her unique insight into the nature of our kind and, in turn, the nature of my other voice. I stare at him, mouth agape. Are you fucking serious right now? He just nods, his expression unreadable. I don't even know where to start. You've been in cahoots with Ritra the whole time? I thought you made me think you were scared shitless of her. I am scared shitless of her. I really am, but... Kali, I'm old. Way older than you. 4 times your age, at least. I survived the fall of London. I've witnessed the true extent of the eternal struggle. I've even learned to outsmart the conflicting voices in my head. But this one bizarre, distinct voice. I have to know why it still haunts me. I can't go on like this without answers. Vitra, she promised me that. I burst out laughing, fury and disbelief coursing through my veins. Oh, she promised you? Really? You absolute moron! Kali. I've never met her even once, and I am 100% sure she's gonna fuck you over. How could she not? She fucks over everyone. He doesn't seem to hear me. You don't know her like I do. I've been in talks with her for months. She is reasonable, if strict. Stay on her good side, and she delivers on her promises. How can you be so naive? She's been actually... How has she actually come through on anything she's promised? Or has she just stringed you along, using your promises as bait? He shakes his head, not in disagreement, but as if he wanted to dislodge my words from his own ears. Just hand over the vial. Paddy, wake up. Your obsession led you to your own pit of decay. What happened to your instincts? To all the voices that prophesied the future? Where are they now that you're about to entrust Vitra with an unimaginable power? Can you see the end of the world in the making? What's wrong with you? Everything's wrong with me. The raw fury in his voice shocks me. I've never seen him so unhinged. Eyes ablaze, fangs out, fingers curled into claws, and body tensed for a fight. But just as quickly he regains his composure, shaking his head again and relaxing his hands. I'm going to ask you, one last time. Please, hand over the vial. I know the past few nights have been hell for you, through no fault of your own. For what it's worth, I grew to like you. I really don't want to do this to get ugly. But I need that vial. So hand it over. Now. I mean, let's try to... You're so dumb for a smartest line, I guess. I mean, the other two are obvious. You're so smart. One of the smartest kindred I've ever met. But you're too stupid to see that I can't. That I won't. I turn away from him and storm off towards the RV. But I don't get very far. Give me the vial! Suddenly, I'm no longer in control of my own body. My limbs stiff, head frozen in place, and voice lost. I'm a marionette. My puppeteer has just pulled my strings taut. I turn against my own will, legs shaking with the strain of fruitless protest. Step by step head towards Patrick, who is looking at me steadily, one hand extended and fingers dancing subtly, as if orchestrating my every move. And I can't stop, no matter how much I scream inside my head, urging my muscles to defy him. There's nothing I can do to break free from Patrick's indomitable will. In the end, I march right up to him, and slowly, my hand trembling as it reaches into my belt bag. And then it stops. Patrick pauses for a moment, his hands dropping towards his dice rings. He starts spinning it erratically with a distant look in his eyes, and through the invisible strings will tug at my limbs. I can feel them loosen with every damn spin. The very moment his concentration wavers, I seize my chance. In the fleeting seconds of Patrick's hesitation, I grab the wooden stake he gave me on the first night we met and drive it into his heart in one swift move. He lets out a soft, startled noise and crumbles onto the ground, unmoving. Only his eyes betray his consciousness, dazed, astonished, and absolutely terrified. I can't believe I feel sorry for him. The same jerk who was pulling me along, pretending to care for the better part of the week. Christ. It's like I'm a magnet for every specific brand of asshole. Proven twice over in just one night. Well, lesson learned. The worst part is, this isn't even your fault. Patrick can't respond, of course, but hell, I'm not even sure to whom I'm talking to, him or myself. I crouch down, head buried between my knees, desperately trying to choke back the panic and grief swelling up in me like a tide. Dawn It's almost upon us. I can't just go into a breakdown, damn it. I need to get out of here. I glance at Patrick, but quickly look away, seeing his eyes empty and soulless. I could remove the stake. Nobody deserves to burn alive, unable to do anything about it. But I just know he won't let up. My gut screams that the second I pull the stake out, he'll come at me again, stubborn as hell, just the way I know him. And right now my gut is the only thing I trust. Patrick lied to me over and over again about his ring, his motives, his ties to Vidra. How can I trust him not to hurt me when he's just like everyone else? Maybe it's time I really start living like one of my kind, minding my own business instead of sticking my nose into others, even with the best of intentions. Survival's the game we all play. But it's the sun that dictates the rules. The sun shall decide for us all. I leave Patrick sprawled on the ground and hop into my RV. I start the engines, slam my foot on the gas. You gotta look out for yourself, Carly. Nobody else is gonna do it. You gotta look out for yourself. I chant the words over and over like a mantra as I drive away, leaving Patrick, the Camarilla, the Anarchs, the city, this whole fucking mess. While the vial with the blood of my most ancient of ancestors burns a hole in my belt bag. You gotta look out for yourself, Carly. But if I'm really just looking out for myself, why the hell do I feel so wrecked? This is my fucked up reckoning. And nothing in the world can take it away. January 2025. Reckoning's end. The vial rests in my palm, heavy with both a promise and a burden. The blood inside is dark, thick like syrup, and there seems to be a faint warmth to it. Or maybe that's just me making things up. I'm pretty good at that. Lying, I mean. I was taught by the best of the best, after all. It looks so harmless, so bland, so plain, so boring. The blood of an antediluvian, the progenitor of my entire dwindling clan. God, I can't even remember his name. Sapathasura. Right, that guy. I'm not even sure if Reynard actually believed his own tales about saving our clan from extinction and all that. What did he say again the last time Sapathura woke up? He almost wiped out all his descendants, and that was just the start of the mayhem. Sounds like a load of crap, but I really don't know. Honestly, I feel like I don't know anything anymore, and yet everyone's desperate to get their hand on this cursed thing. Aisling, Vitra, Reynard, Patrick. Oh, Patrick, you brilliant idiot. What would he do if he was in my shoes? He'd probably hold on to it, going off on some long-winded rant about the importance of knowledge. What he actually did was... Damn it. I'm really going to miss that goofball. Or at least the version of him I knew before tonight. The version that never really existed. When did I become such a fragile mess? But this vial looks just as fragile. I could just throw it away, watch the glass break and the blood splatter everywhere. Blood, feed, hunger. I guess I'll do what Patrick would do and hang on to you for a little longer. It'll be our little secret. After all, I'm Raphnos, the rogue, the raven, the trickster. I'm the secret I keep. Very well. It seems like we have completed the game. At least we've completed the part where we play Kali. I believe there is a second part of where we can play Patrick's point of view, it seemed to me. So yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. But for now, I will end the episode after the credits here, out of like respect for the people who made this game. I will let the credits run through here, and you will see me in the next video. Take care.